Hello, everyone. I'm back. Just recording from the kitchen. I got my breakfast warming up over here, so I thought I'd do a quick video. And I'm also standing up here. Anyhow, keep in mind, the public things are backwards. The actual trustee is presumed to be the beneficiary, and the beneficiary presumed to be the trustee. This must be corrected, and you and only you can do it. There is no savior here to do it for you. This is about a return to competence as well. Keep that in mind. The presumption of the abandonment of our securities. That's what this is about. Our estates, the abandonment of our estates. That is the reason we are on the hook to take care of the bills, judgment, support, and other orders. The reason we are out of control. The reason we, men and women, and not the actual trustees, are held to account and held accountable. The reason for the loss of the house due to foreclosure, the car, the cottage, freedom, and a big reason for individual bankruptcies is why you are taxed for profit and gain, why you're required to show proof of auto and home insurance, ownership, and license. And assumed and presumed trustee, it is not your property. When this is corrected, they owe you equity, performance. That is their obligation to us. This could be, depending on the circumstances, the release of the debt or the transfer or delivery to you of the things you need and require, home, car, so on and so forth, for your use and enjoyment. Free and clear of the burdens, the encumbrances, the duties, and claims that attach to ownership. Remember, this is about taking control, not ownership. I want to move on to something a little bit different here. I have a Skype group I speak with on Sunday nights, and a couple of weeks ago, just the way people were talking, I thought so I clarified with them, because I've used the metaphor that this registration of live birth is like a bar of gold or a pot of gold. So there, even though I said metaphorically, because it's not really the case, but they were taking it literally, so I thought I'd better clarify this. And so I want to just move on here shortly for a bit here on the understanding the surety/security. When gold backed the money, the paper, the gold was the security, the surety. Today, the statement of live birth/certificate of live birth represents the surety/security. Is the gold, but not real gold. Gold, the surety/security, did not circulate as money. It did not pay for anything. It was held in a vault. It backed the money, the paper in circulation that did. If there be no gold on deposit, the paper was worthless, counterfeit, or fraud perhaps. Today, that is what the statement of live birth/certificate of live birth, the registration of birth document with the signatures on it. Give me your mom. Today, that is what the registration of live birth does. It backs our notes. It is known as a vault certificate. Hint, hint. Neither the registration of birth, I'm just going to call it that, the foundational security, nor the promissory notes circulate as money. The debt does. Touched on that in previous videos. If there not be a foundational security on deposit, registration of live birth, the notes are worthless, fraudulent perhaps. If you've not secured or taken control of or somehow acknowledged your interest in that security, the foundational security, which represents your estate, you've nothing on deposit to back anything, nothing. That, as I have stated many times, is why Winston Shrout is in jail. So you see, no matter how you cut it, something must back the paper, must back the debt. Be it gold, not an option anymore, or the registration of live birth/foundational security that represents your public estate. Take that for what it's worth and seek to prove or disprove. Above all, do not take action unless and until you have a decent understanding of reclaiming your securities. I highly recommend you don't do it. However, depending on the circumstances, no loss of life or limb or property, jail time, maybe you want to take some, give some things a shot. But I wouldn't do anything without the understanding reclaiming your securities, because that's what we're talking about here. So just a final thing here on of interest for purposes of reclaiming our securities / property is the Supreme Court of Canada case, Mercer versus Attorney General of Ontario, 1881. This is a case of a man who died without a will, intestate. In this case, among other means of disposition of property, they speak of the abandonment of estates and how the estate escheats or reverts to Her Majesty the Queen, the default heir, for, among other things, want of an heir. Back then, Her Majesty the Queen was the grantor. And if the grantee left no will, no heirs, the property reverted back to the grantor, Her Majesty the Queen. Remember, that was 1881. Things are different now. Things changed late 29 and into the 30s with the bankruptcies. Now, that case transpired long before the countries went bankrupt. Things are different now in that Her Majesty the Queen is no longer the grantor. We're talking securities here. Mom is of the foundational security that represents our public estates. Form only, no substance. 1881, exchanges were substance, gold for home. It's an actual exchange of substance. Now it's an exchange of securities, as I've said in previous videos. So that's all I had planned for today, and I'll leave you with that. My breakfast is just about ready here, beeping. So I leave you with that to think on, and I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening, and God bless, and hasta la vista, baby. Y'all take care.